Let's do some more Am I the Asshole? Today we got Am I the Butthole for wanting an apology from him and his BFF? I'm mad because I overheard a conversation between my BF, Will, and his BFF, and I'm owed an apology for it. I don't think they knew I was listening, but it felt sexist. I always thought Will was a left leaning guy, so I was disappointed. We've been dating for 2 years, but all of us have been BFFs for our whole lives. So this BFF knows about our relationship. His BFF said, I am done. Dating is trash. Will said, what happened? BFF says, it sucks. It feels like women always want me to pay for our dates. They say they want an untraditional relationship, but still want me to be a provider. Will, yeah, I can see how that can be annoying. If you want to be taken care of in a relationship, you deserve that. I think people can be contradictory, but for me, I don't know. I'm happy to pay to show I care, but it's okay if I don't want that. If you don't want that. BFF, I know you are, but that is not the kind of relationship I want. Will, what do you mean? BFF, what you have with your girl, like you pay for everything. You even cover her on rent slash bills and you take care of her. But you also do more of the cooking slash cleaning. How is that fair? For the record, I'm a bit of a mess. He's not wrong. He does pay because I often forget. In my defense, my parents were neglectful, so he's mature. Still mad at him for insulting me. Will, she doesn't make me do that stuff. I do it because I choose to do it. I want to prove to her that I'll take care of her. All right, I'm going to take a break right there. So, that's fine if that's what you want out of a relationship, but that's really pathetic. Like, that's super, super pathetic. People need to be equals, and it sounds like this girl is walking all over her boyfriend, and his best friend is beyond reasonable and correct for not wanting that kind of crappy one-sided relationship with, I mean, she even admits she's a mess. So yeah, weird that she brings up like left leaning. like i I assume this isn't going to get political as we continue. All right, back at it. BFF, okay, but how does she prove she cares? It's one-sided. I don't want to put in all the effort, plan dates, pay for everything, etc. It's exhausting. Better to just be single. Will, not everyone is like that, but that's fair. You don't need a relationship. I'll look after you. BFF went on to say that he broke it off with his girl he was dating because she told him she slept with multiple people without a condom. He said, I don't care who she slept with, but without a condom, that's nasty. Will said, nah, yeah, bad decision making on her part. He said his ex's friend, a girl, called him a man whore slash player for saying he'd rather stay single and hook up with other people. He said it's funny because if I slut shame a woman, I'm horrible, but it's okay for them to shame me for wanting casual sex. Will agreed again. He said, yeah, she's gross. It's ironic because she cheated on her boyfriend, but has the nerve to call you a man whore. Straight people are so puritan and weird about sex. His BFF said, yeah, if I'm a man whore, TF does that make her? Yeah, I mean, you're absolutely right there. It makes her a whore as well. It just is what it is. She can't. I mean, how is he? How is this guy even a whore if he just wants to be single and enjoy dating, whereas she's like actively in a relationship and cheating behind his back. I feel like one is a lot more whorish than the other, but we'll continue. I ended up coming in then and interrupting them. I said I was shocked at the sexism. I need an apology, especially because his friend insulted our relationship. Will said, "What did you have a problem with?" I said, "They were talking bad about women, and that poor girl, they dissed her." He said people should be allowed to rant. He also didn't understand why I was defending that cheating girl, but he should not be talking about women like that. Am I the asshole or is he right? I mean, he's 100% right. How can you not understand that he's talking about a woman who like cheated on her boyfriend with multiple guys, unprotected? Um, like a lot of people have the sentiment that doing that should be a crime because you're potentially destroying the life of your partner. Not only are you like crushing them by lying to them, showing them zero honesty, potentially traumatizing them, but you're potentially giving them like a lifelong serious disease that some of which actually kind of kill people, like syphilis, AIDS. Yeah, you could be like actually killing somebody. So yeah, like she is absolutely the the girlfriend is the asshole. The girl cheating, the cheating girl is an asshole. I don't know how she could even perceive this as sexism. It has nothing to do with sex, which sex people are, right? If a guy was doing this to a woman, it would be just as bad, right? Like, I don't understand this at all. This woman is a complete fool. So yeah, we'll move on to the next story because that one was really obvious, really obvious that the person who wrote it is a total asshole, and they're just dead wrong about their statements. All right, next one. Am I the asshole for wanting a certain song at my wedding? Me, 17, and my sister, 18, have been having conversations about our weddings as young women do. The topic of wedding songs came up in our weddings. We both really like the song Turing Page by Sleeping at Last. We both feel we should have the songs at our wedding, but don't want to copy each other. All right, I'll stop you right there. This is insane. Who cares if you copy each other? Like, no, 99% of the people at your wedding, like pretty much just you and maybe the groom, are going to even remember what songs played, right? Like, no one cares. Absolutely no one cares. Play the same song. Do you think you're like going to get married the same week and somebody's going to be like, hey, they clearly ripped off the songs from this other wedding? Like, most weddings play the same songs. They do that step to the left, shift to the right song. You know, they do the chicken dance and you know, save a horse, ride a cowboy. You know, like it's there's some really standard wedding songs that get played at every wedding. So giving a crap about the music at all, I find really bizarre. You should only care about music in the sense of, like, play those cheesy songs so people will have a good time at your wedding, and play some songs that you really like, a couple songs that mean something to you. Like, it's not unreasonable that the same song would mean a lot to you and your sister. It, like, take it as a bonding experience. Be like, this is a cool thing we did. We both really love this song and we both played it at our wedding. That's something you should connect over, not disconnect over. But we'll continue on. Some backstory. My sister and mom have always been big Twilight fans. Alright, I'll stop right there again. Twilight's awesome. I've never read the books, but the movies are like must see. Like, these are some of the worst made films ever made, and they are so entertaining because of that. Like, in the plot specifically is so spectacularly bad. These things are so incredibly poorly directed that it's comical beyond belief. All right, My sister and mom have always been big Twilight fans for a really long time. Well, me, I despised Twilight when I was younger. I thought it was very cringe. Of course, it's cringe. That's part of the entertainment. Well, within the last about 7 years, I've found a liking to the movies and the soundtracks. Of course, because you accept that it's a cringy thing. It is so entertaining if you just accept these films as the like B movies that they are. I digress. The song Turning Page has always been in my mind as the first dance song with my husband, but I've never voiced that. Back to present day, we're talking about wedding songs, and she says that she wants Turning Page as her aisle song. I respect that. I said she can have that as her aisle song. I just want the song as a sentimental song to dance with my husband at the end of the night. She's arguing that I never loved Twilight as much as her, and I'm arguing that we'll get married years apart, so that song isn't being used for the same reason. However, she's not hearing me out. She hasn't spoken to me in almost a week. Should I give her the song and find a new one, or is she being unreasonable? I mean, she's being unreasonable, but so are you. I would say she's being more unreasonable because why would it matter? Like even if you like used the song in the same context in both weddings, why would it matter? It matters to no one else besides you two. It's the most meaningless garbage I can even imagine. Like my brain can't even for a moment imagine caring about such a thing. It's so ridiculous and childish. No one gives a crap if you play the same song. If anything, it's kind of a sweet thing for like sisters to do. You might not, well, like, there's no guarantee that either of you are ever even going to get married, right? Like, as time progressed over the last couple decades, people get married so much less than they used to that there's a good chance that one of you will never get married anyway. And you're also like 17 and 18. You should not be even approaching thinking about getting married for like another 5, 6 years. It should not even be a thing in your mind. Like, and it's like you're putting so much weight on this like event that kind of suck. Like, I mean, I've enjoyed weddings. I've been in wedding parties. I've they're okay, right? You drink, you have a good time, but a lot of times there's like these weird like family conflicts and stuff going on. It's so like forced. It's just it's never as like laid back as you really hope it is. Things never go right. It's kind of just this like disastrous event that like this weird tradition that people put on, and it's also hokey and crappy anyway. Yeah, just do whatever song you want. Who cares? Like, just tell your sister she's being an idiot. That's one thing. Like, I have siblings, and I just tell them if they're being dumb, if what decision they're making is dumb. If they're judging me for something, I tell them that's dumb. You got to kind of like find a way to build that level of honesty, but you also need to like grow up a lot yourself because this is incredibly childish. No one cares. Do whatever song you want. And even if for some reason your sister continues to care and never grow up, and even if your mom takes her side, we'll say, well, guess what? I'm playing the song at my wedding. If you want to hate me for it, go ahead. But to me, it's not a big deal. It is what it is. People are always going to like find a way to like make drama in your life and like judge you for all these like little dumb things. Just don't let it get to you. Just if that's a big deal to people in your life, something so tiny to where they're going to make it a big deal, just cut them out of your life. Like, it's pretty simple to do, actually. Like, you got to make it so your life has zero room for nonsense, right? And just cut people out. They'll find their way back into your life, right? Especially family, right? They're they're gonna get over something this small. Yeah, so just be like, this is how it is. This is what's happening. And call your sister a lunatic if she continues to make it a big deal. Again, this is something that isn't going to happen for like 5, 6, 7, 8 years anyway. So like you're kind of both going overboard.